This was my country back in the 90s. We can't deny those were hard times, and unfortunately, it led to an awful background. Then, it's not a surprise that being a Colombian, when you travel around the world, well, yeah, the picture expresses itself. Even more, drug dealing unfairly became very popular, and this was the beginning of a new era, one where the people began to feel powerless and adapted feeling like victims. Despite the fact this is not my case, in Colombia there are also people like me, not famous, at least not further than my friend circle, family, and co-workers. But who am I? My name is Manuela Acosta. I'm 24 years old. I was raised by a wonderful family. This is where I found my hero, my dad. And now I must confess why the video started with the bomb images. Back in the 90s, I was still in my mom's womb. Unfortunately, or as an act of destiny, my dad misses his flight, which ended up being blown by a bomb. I didn't know that until I was old enough to understand that act of fate gave me the chance to have the best teacher of my life. It was because of him that I knew the importance of education, so I attended an Ivy World School in Bogota. On the other hand, when I was just 12 years old, I started to travel as a companion to his business meeting. And that was the best plan to learn way too many things about coaching, training, and selection processes. Since then, traveling became an addiction. In other words, my habit. As soon as I finished high school, I had the opportunity to get a scholarship for my sports skills. That's part of my life too. I play soccer. It's my passion. I did 2 years studies back in USA in business management. Then I came back to my country to start a new degree as a psychologist. Later on, I ended up traveling to Milan where I took my master in marketing and organizations. Once again, back in Colombia, I got certified as a lead auditor in quality, environment, occupational health, and safety management systems. For 7 years, I volunteered in an NGO called Un Techo para mi país, building homes all over Latin America. But not only providing physical resources, most importantly, we show the communities how to be autosufficient. This experience was my first step to recognize the reality of my country. I truly believe that far away from being a third world country, the problem is not about the lack of resources, it's about the way we distribute them. There's always an option to help those less fortunate. Volunteering. What I never imagined was that I would end up being the one receiving help. This helped change my perspective in life. Since then, I started to train people all over the world. In my personal view, coaching as a teaching process requires empathy and sensitivity in order to generate an adaptive style according to the individual circumstances, looking forward to and respect, and more importantly, trust. As Pierre Bourdieu once said, the point of my work is to show that culture and education aren't simply hobbies or minor influences. They are hugely important in the affirmation of differences between groups and social classes, and in the reproduction of those differences. My whole life, I've been traveling around the world, learning languages like English, Italian, and Portuguese, meeting people from different countries, religions, cultures, and allowing myself be surprised by them every day. As Kennedy said once, but in my case, applying to everywhere, I'm proud of the country that is committed to democracy, freedom, and progress. That's the reason why, wherever you are, wherever you go, fortunately, the past does not equal the future. We take it, we reflect about it, and we step forward to be sure we'll make a difference. Believing that raising our hands will make it possible. And how will I make it possible? Well, we need to rock out our lives, but also driving it in a responsible way. Because sometimes, literally, we must put ourselves in someone else's shoes. I truly believe extremes are dangerous, but we should know how we can go beyond borders. The major knowledge comes from the real world, the traveling reality. I have this weird obsession with opening doors. As my dad says all the time, you never know which one of them will be open. Just keep on trying, and one day, hopefully, you'll make it.